Hey guys, Dan Owlman back with another Watcher Realms video. Today I'm going to be talking about what it's like to make an early level account, an early game account, to restart, to play a free-to-play account. When I mentioned that I was going to be doing the free-to-play series, I had a couple people say, hey Dan, make a list of things that you think need to be approved in the early game, and that's what we're going to go through today. So I have a nice little list to go through of things that I have found. I have spent a lot of time on the free-to-play account. I've actually been playing the free-to-play account kind of as like my main account lately, just because it's something new, something fun to do. So we're going to talk about everything that I have found that I personally would improve if I made this game, if it was my game, what I would do to improve this for new players coming into the game right now. Because of course you're always going to lose existing players, so you want to be attractive towards new players always to continue to get new players into the game and keep the game alive. So anyways, enjoy the video and let's go. If you want to purchase any packs, use the link in the description, press the like, press the subscribe, leave a comment what you think about all these things, and let's begin. So very first thing is there's a lot of things that take kind of a long time to unlock. And there's also not like a place where that you can just go that says, okay, you unlock this here, unlock this here, unlock this here. Quick startup, for example, you have to clear all the way through like chapter 5 or chapter 7 or something like that, to unlock this. And then when you unlock it, you can only do one at a time. And then you finally, like way later, like I feel like it was almost weeks or like a week or two of playing, you finally unlock this, and it's a real pain to do this without. So oh yeah, that's what it was. Hard 514, not just regular chapter 5, hard chapter 5, which is very as a brand new account, that's very hard to do and takes some time. So it's just like, it's such a simple function that every game should have, where you can just literally quickly star up your food, and it takes a very long time to unlock it. So that is kind of annoying in the early game, especially where you can't do any of that. Another thing in that same area is gear filtering. So gear filtering, you don't unlock. If I go to filter, where even is it now? It's in cell. This recommendation setting here just isn't there, and you don't really know like when you're gonna unlock it. So I think it unlocked about level 40 for your your main character or whatever. Level 40 this unlocks. So it'd be nice just early game to be able to do some filters so you know like what you're looking for and stuff like that. And then auto alts is another one that's a very useful feature. When you first start the game, and you just want to like get in and play and stuff like that, you basically don't unlock the auto alt. Let me just get in here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. In the bottom left hand side, as soon as you place someone who has an ultimate, you get this auto ultimate thing, and this is just grayed out when you don't have it, so you don't even know like when you unlock it, and it's nice just to have it automatically use ults when they're active. So it's another thing like for early game players, just allowing it to automatically use ultimates is useful. Now it's just a small gripe, nothing crazy. But let's get into some of the other things. Spender items. So there's two items I have for spender items that I think are kind of too good to not allow anyone to have. I guess they're trying to add something where players get W gold, but this privilege card is too strong to not allow free-to-play players to have it. In the very beginning, in global launch, they actually gave this to everyone for 6 months, I believe. 6 months or 3 months, something like that. They gave it to everyone for 6 months, regardless. You just, in the very beginning, you got like a small pile of W gold, and I believe it was enough. I think you got the $39.99 for 6 months, I believe, to purchase the privilege card, one-time offer, and you got it for the first 6 months. So if you could purchase this from diamonds, I think that would be huge, because there's just too much in here. In the very beginning, you only have 1.5x speed, maybe 2x speed before you unlock the 3x speed. So doing autos is like brutally slow. And then the extra stamina, extra gold, extra XP, and then the auto fights. The auto fights is another huge complaint I have. I'm out of auto fights. I have plenty of stamina, but it's a pain to use it. You know, you can use an emulator and, you know, have it do like, you can record a macro to do it, but I can't use the background fighting feature because I don't have auto fights. So that's really annoying. It'd be really nice if I could start some auto fights and then go do arena, for example. And that's just really hard on a free-to-play account when you don't have the privilege card. I personally think auto fights should be removed from the game. If you have stamina, just let us use the stamina. You know, in King Arthur, the game I'm playing right now a lot, next to, you know, Watcher of Realms, you hit repeat battle here, and you literally can just do as many as you want. Literally as many as you want. Let's buy some stamina real quick. If you have the stamina, I can hit repeat. Shit, I can do, this is 100 runs, but they also have a multiplier. So I can do 3 runs at a time, and I can do 100 at a time. So that's 300 runs in one go. I don't need auto runs. I don't need any of that. So I think a lot of games now are getting rid of auto runs and just having to purchase auto runs. You know, a lot of times you have to sit in here and you have to buy auto runs from here. So like if you refresh, you'll get them for gold every once in a while. Let me refresh again. There you go. There's auto for diamonds, but it's like you get 10 of them. I can use that in 5 seconds. So I think that should be unlimited. Just auto fights should be unlimited because it locks you out of the background feature because you don't have auto, so you can't run the background. I have plenty of stamina and I just want to run this, and then in the background I want to do arena and stuff. And that leads me to the next one, arena. So the storyline, I know they're trying to change the storyline, but this one right here, I guess the first thing I'll show you is this is the 3x I was talking about. It takes kind of a while to unlock this 3x, and before that you only have 2x, and it's really slow unless you have the, you know, the premium whatever pay to win pass, whatever they call it. But gold 2 arena is impossible. Maybe this is a Forerunner thing, but I think for all new accounts, I don't even think I'll be able to get Volka. It might take me a year or 2 to get Volka because arena is just straight up impossible. So here's my arena. Some of these accounts are 4 or 5 years old, and my brand new account, like, you either have to remove people that are AFK. Some of these are bots, and I know some of these are bots, and they copy bot teams from other people playing, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of a shard system where, you know, new players are on a different shard and they don't have to fight against, you know, 5-year-old players. There doesn't seem to be any of that. So on this one, you know, this is maybe only the team I could even remotely beat because they're using all AoE heroes for single target. But, you know, you don't get a Piercer Lord. That's another one of my complaints. You don't get a Piercer Lord or anything like that. But let's just like I'll just show you real quick this level and this team here. This is probably the only thing I can even remotely beat, but it gets even worse when you get to the end of Gold 1. So the beginning of Gold 1, yeah, okay, maybe I have a chance to beat a couple people. But then you get to like midway through Gold 1 or even, you know, near Gold 2, and the teams are ridiculous. They're like 400k, 500k power, and there's just nothing you can do. So here we go. I'm going to try to beat this guy who has a freaking Pope, you know, on a brand new account. I think I'll be able to beat this guy because for some reason he only has 4 people in there, and he's using Glacius for some reason. Whatever, is that this guy's name? Yeah, Glacius. So I think I'll be able to beat this guy, even though he has a Pope, and he's using Boreas on single target for some reason, which is kind of odd. I'll fast forward a sec because this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. See, I even lost because Boreas one-shot the whole single target thing. Yeah. So it's kind of like a bait team, I think, too, right? He's got all these AoE people in here for single target, and, you know, he's going to bait people like me so I can get a loss here. But anyways, can't even beat, you know, a person who's not even using the right team in here. Just because the heroes are so strong, right? Look at that. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. I can't even, you know, touch these little single target guys. Yeah, so there you go. He's going to wreck me here. So I can't even touch single target arena, even with Silas and all these guys. Part of the reason I can't get a Piercer Lord. Piercer Lord would be super helpful, but there's just no way I can progress in arena. So that means I can't get Volka. That means I can't really do Gear Raid 2 without Volka. I don't know how you do Gear Raid 2 without Volka. I really don't know how you do it. So Volka is like such an important part, and I'll refresh. And look at, there's just nothing. I mean, everything is double, triple my power. If I look at my defense for single target is only 223,000 points, and you know, everyone's 350, 370. They get up into the 400s. As soon as you get into as soon as you get past halfway in gold, you can't do anything. Like, all these teams get ridiculous. I mean, it's like what I'm fighting on my main account on global server, except for, you know, this is even stronger, I feel like, because this is only gold. So that's a joke. That's really not possible. So that means I can never get my Volka. That means I can never do Gear Raid 2. You know, past 18, 19, 20, 21. Those are like impossible if you don't have Volka. The next thing is no Piercer Lord. There's no, you know, they added a Piercer Lord randomly, another epic Piercer Lord for some reason. So they have 2 epic Piercer Lords, but none of them are fusions, so you can't fuse them. Lunaria was a fragment fusion in global, and that was huge, right? So global got a million things that new accounts now do not get, right? They got the gold bonus for a full month, a double gold bonus or something like that. And it was on top. You could run a gold bonus on top of that. It was like an extra gold bonus. They got Lunaria right away. They got the privilege card. So global got everything, and then now people get basically nothing. There's no way to get Lunaria. I've done a million ancient summons, haven't got her. So either have a permanent fusion in the game for Lunaria, you know, in here. Either have a permanent one for her, or add a rare lord that's a piercer. So you have rare lords for a lot of these factions, right? You have Borat, and you have Nero, and you have all these rare lords, but for some reason there's no piercer lord. And you could literally give only the 1 tile increase, and that's it. But it's just really essential for stuff like Gear Raid 3. Gear Raid 3 is really brutal if you don't have the added range, because what you can do is you can place people here and they can hit the enemies while they're have a timer. So I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. But basically, when you first place your heroes, you can see they can't even attack these guys. But if they had 1 more tile, they'd be able to attack all of these as they have their cooldown timer thingy. So it just gives you so much added time to kill these enemies with that added range that you can just do GR3 so much easier. And another thing is there's no good epic mages in the game. Every account I've started, I have struggled really bad with GR3. GR1. Gear Raid 1. I've struggled really bad with GR1 because none of the epics are good. So I finally was able to get greed from the login rewards, and then I was finally able to get somewhere. But for example, if we go here, I have a bunch of mages, just none of them are useful. Okay, Mari can't deal damage, too low of attack. I thought AI was going to be really good, and she is really good in some content. Ignore her gear because she had the best gear in the game. The problem is she's so gear dependent because she needs a crazy amount of attack speed and attack, right? So if she doesn't have high attack speed, she puts out like 1 bomb like every 10 seconds, and like 3 enemies get hit by it, and it's useless. It's freaking useless. So she's not useful in here at all. Mari's great for CC, but doesn't deal any damage. I tried Osiren, and he is freaking useless. This dude is useless. He can't benefit from attack speed, so that instantly rules out a lot. He just puts the ground effect stuff, and it's kind of like Zealous. Zealous is already a bad hero, and this guy's like a worse Zealous. You could use this guy if you happen to get him, but you have to get him from Ancient Shards. You can't get him from regular shards, and he does okay, but he's not going to carry you through the dungeon by any means. You know, a lot of people get this guy, but he's not really AoE. He hits random targets, single target, another single target. You can use Zealous. Zealous? Is it Voltus? Jeez. Voltus. You can use Voltus, but even if you had him level 60, I don't think you'd be able to get very far because he still has... he has kind of like a chain lightning, so it's only striking 5 enemies, right? It deals AoE damage during the ultimate, but you know, it's bouncing to one target. You know, it's just he's not going to carry you through. And then you know you have someone like this. Okay, she's fine, but she doesn't really do AoE. She just bounces a couple times, but it's single target on her A1, so not amazing. And that's pretty much it, right? So there's no real epic mages that are going to carry this dungeon for you very hard. So this dungeon gets very difficult. And then the last thing is gold early game. A lot of people complain about gold early game, and since I've played enough endgame, I know that you don't need gold endgame, and you actually just end up building up so much gold that it doesn't matter. But when Global launched, they had this 50 mil free gold event where basically you got 50 mil gold for free in like the first like month or something. You also have the privilege card, which gives you more gold just in general. I mean, 20% more gold is nothing to scoff at, plus more stamina, right? So you get all this extra stuff in the global version, and we don't get that now. Gold is very difficult to upgrade. You know, there's a couple questions here that says like upgrade 2 people to be wearing all plus 15 gear. And it's rough in the beginning. I do know it gets better when you get to the end game. It is always a lot better when you get to the end game for gold. But these are kind of my big complaints. If you guys want to add any below, if you guys have made a free-to-play account, if you guys have made a early game account, what have you guys noticed that's really bothersome in the early game that you feel like is bothersome for no reason, like should be an easy fix? But that's it. That's my list. Kind of ended up being a little bit longer video than I thought, but I just wanted to go through everything. I actually recorded this video one time, but I was really salty and really negative, so I ended up not posting it. And I wanted to redo this video. And I wanted to take some notes and kind of get some more stuff. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, did I talk about the Kagiri event? Kagiri event was ridiculously hard. I couldn't kill a single enemy in the Kagiri event. You needed like crazy AoE damage, and again, I don't have mages, so I was forced, but I had all these guys, right? So I had this bro, really good AoE damage. I had Maul, really good AoE damage, and I had Osiren, not very good AoE damage, and I had Volta, not very good AoE damage, but I was literally unable to even get 1 point in the event, so I couldn't farm it. I lost all the materials, and for exclusive summons, I've done 2 exclusive summons. I've got to 200, and I have not been able to get to 250. They're changing it to 200, thankfully, and now, you know, I lost a bunch of Legos because of that, but oh well. That's it for the video. Again, post your feedback if you want below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you want to purchase any packs, use the link in the description. That's it for the video. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.